Welcome, dear listeners, to a quiet evening of remembrance. Imagine a candle's gentle glow, its flame dancing over a weathered parchment that once guided countless travelers. This is the Silk Road, a ribbon of sand and stone that stretched from the gardens of ancient China to the bustling ports of the Mediterranean. For over 1,000 years, it carried not only silk and spices, but stories, hopes, and whispers of distant lands. As we settle into this soothing narrative, let the soft rustle of the map's fibers transport you to a time when horizons were endless, and every step was a promise of discovery. Our story begins in the heart of ancient China, where the Han Dynasty first sought to cloak their world in Chinese letter, soft elegance of silk. In imperial workshops, master weavers coaxed fine fibers into shimmering cloth, each thread a silent testament to patience and skill. The emperor's yearning for this precious fabric soon reached beyond palace walls, sparking a curiosity that would set caravans rolling westward. As the silk unfurled, so did a yearning to share its beauty, planting the first seeds of a route that would eventually bind east and west in a tapestry of trade and cultural exchange. From China's silk workshops, caravans set out across the vast Gobi, their camel footsteps echoing a steady, patient beat. The desert, with its amber dunes and soft, ever-shifting winds, became a quiet companion to travelers seeking horizons beyond the familiar. Along the way, merchants exchanged whispered tales of distant cities, their voices carried on the breeze like lullabies. Though the journey was long, each sunrise painted the sands with hope, reminding the travelers that every grain of sand beneath their feet was a step toward new friendship, new flavors, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Soon the caravans arrived at Samarkand, the pearl of the Middle Kingdoms, where the desert met the fertile valleys. Here the bazaar hummed like a soft violin, its stalls awash in fragrant spices, jeweled trinkets, and of course, the coveted silk. Merchants greeted travelers with gentle bows, trading stories as easily as they traded goods. The scent of cumin and cardamom mingled with the faint perfume of distant incense, creating an atmosphere of calm hospitality. In these vibrant markets, the Silk Road truly lived, weaving together threads of language, art, and faith, inviting all who passed to pause and share a moment of quiet connection. Among those who recorded the road's gentle pulse were travelers like Marco Polo, whose gentle curiosity led him from Venice to the court of Kublai Khan, and Ibn Battuta, a wandering scholar whose heart followed the same subtle rhythm across deserts and seas. Their journals, written by the soft glow of oil lamps, captured more than routes. They painted the texture of a night spent under a star-sprinkled sky, the taste of tea shared with strangers, the quiet songs sung around campfires. Their words now echo through centuries, reminding us that each footstep on the Silk Road was a soft stanza in a larger, timeless poem. Every caravan's chest was a modest treasury of wonders. Silks, dyed in hues of sunrise amber and twilight indigo, fluttered like soft whispers when unfurled. Spices, cinnamon, saffron, cloves, released fragrant clouds that seemed to carry distant memories of sun-kissed fields. Glassware, blown with the skill of Syrian artisans, caught and refracted the light, scattering tiny rainbows across the sand. These gifts were not merely commodities. They were stories in material form, each item a gentle ambassador that invited the recipient to imagine the land from which it originated, to taste the sun, hear the wind, and feel the heartbeat of another culture. Beyond goods, the Silk Road carried the softer cargo of ideas, music, and belief. A gentle lute melody from Persia might blend with the rhythmic beat of a Chinese drum, creating a harmonious lullaby that drifted across the campfire. Scholars exchanged scripts, Arabic numerals, Sanskrit verses, Greek philosophy, each offering new ways to see the world. Religions, too, found pathways, Buddhism traveling westward, Christianity reaching eastern markets, Islam weaving through desert towns. In these quiet exchanges, the road became a conduit of curiosity, inviting each traveler to listen, learn, and share, fostering a tapestry of shared humanity that resonated far beyond the trade of material treasures. The road was not without its quiet trials. Snow-capped passes such as the Pamir Mountains whispered cold warnings, while sudden sandstorms could veil the horizon in an opaque hush. Bandits, though few, sometimes shadowed the dunes, their presence a tense pause in the otherwise gentle rhythm of travel. Yet travelers faced these challenges with calm resolve, resting in sheltered inns, sharing stories around hearths, and trusting the steady breath of the earth beneath their feet. Each obstacle, met with patience, became another verse in the road's soft ballad, a reminder that perseverance, like a quiet river, wears away the hardest stone. As centuries unfolded, a quieter tide began to shift. The rise of oceanic trade routes, guided by gentle breezes across the Mediterranean and beyond, offered a swifter passage for silk and spice. Slowly, the ancient overland trail felt the faint sigh of decline, its once steady footfalls replaced by the splash of distant hulls. Though the caravan's songs grew softer, the legacy of the Silk Road remained, etched into the very maps of the world, its whispers carried on the wind that now filled the sails of adventuring ships. In this tender transition, we hear not a loss, but a calm evolution of connection. Today, the spirit of the Silk Road lives on in new forms. Modern highways and railways trace the same ancient corridors, linking cities once again with a gentle hum of commerce. UNESCO heritage sites preserve the stone arches and caravanserais, inviting travelers to walk the pathways of their ancestors. In the quiet corners of museums, a silk scarf or a spice jar becomes a portal to the past, reminding us that the desire to share, to understand, and to journey together is a timeless thread. The road's essence endures, a soft, steady pulse beneath the surface of our contemporary world. What then can we draw from this gentle saga? Perhaps it is the quiet reminder that curiosity, like a steady river, carves its way through mountains of doubt. The Silk Road teaches that trade is not merely of goods, but of ideas, kindness, and shared wonder. When we pause to listen to the soft footsteps of those who walked before us, we discover a lineage of compassion that spans continents and centuries. In each whispered exchange, we find a beacon that encourages us to reach beyond our own horizons, to cherish the melody that arises when many voices sing together. As our candle flickers toward its gentle end, let the quiet echo of the Silk Road linger in your heart. May the soft rustle of ancient pages and the distant hum of distant bazaars bring you calm and curiosity. Thank you for joining this tranquil journey through time. Until our next story, keep the ember of wonder alight and let the whispers of history guide you to new, serene horizons.